morning, millennials.
Oh, what? Was that me or you?
You!
I missed a syllable.
Was you!
I was looking at Theo dead in the eye.
You said millennials.
And I just gave up.
Let's try that again.
Nothing matters in the face of
2,
Theo.
1. Good morning, millennials.
Wow.
That was
I think
so
we got
weird,
it.
but
I don't know. It's weird. You know what? We're 1 hour back today. Like, I just can't be expected to be the same self I would be if the clocks hadn't been changed.
I'm feeling it. I know they say like you travel like to and from Dallas, the 1 hour jet lag doesn't get to you, but I beg to differ. I'm feeling the 1 hour difference.
No, like I absolutely loathe losing this hour.
Me too.
Except for the fact that now it's brighter out later, which
whatever.
Which is really nice. But I read a really fascinating article this weekend about how daylight savings time and changing your internal body clock 1 hour forward, 1 hour back is so bad for you. It causes heart attacks in people, and some states are trying to stop daylight savings because it's deadly.
I mean, I couldn't agree more. I was feeling to have us lose 1 hour is injustice enough, but to do it on International Women's Day is just a real kick in the ass. Like, as if we didn't feel, subpar already.
Yeah, just take out that 1 hour where we should be celebrating ourselves.
And then on a Sunday, nonetheless. Like, why not on a Monday?
Why not on a Monday? Okay, I think if the states, can't get them to revoke daylight savings time completely, which I think that they should, considering it's a deadly holiday.
But it's a scientific holiday. It's like the lunar year is not really 365 days. It's 365 days and 6 hours. So every 4 years. Oh, wait, no. That's leap years.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't know the daylight savings thing.
No, it's because of the time, I'm thinking, where we revolve around the sun, we just have to, I don't know, fuck around with the clock. I have no idea. You know what? I think in the grand scheme of things, it's not a huge deal.
No, because
and considering lives are being lost over it, I think it's time we rescind.
And it seems like we're giving ourselves this problem, like we have to lose an hour because we gave ourselves the hour last year. Don't we remember that? So it's like, it's our fault.
Yeah.
So why don't we stop taking and then give a thing away?
Yeah, I think that this, this is an archaic thing, but people are saying that for people that have kids, we need it to be dark by 7 p.m.
By the way, I don't hate that it gets dark early because then it's time for bed.
I know. This season, I really felt it.
I
think it's because now I have a nice big window in my bedroom that I stare at all day. And when it gets dark, it makes me sad.
Maybe.
But the longer it stays lighter out, the longer I could be happy.
I just think that the darkness isn't such a bad thing.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I do think daylight savings is a terrible thing, and it's just taking lives, and it needs to be stopped.
I just think it's kind of toxic, and we went to dinner on Saturday night. We got home. It was the longest dinner ever. I got home at 1. I watched a little bit of SNL, which I have to say, I've seen a lot of SNL episodes, and it was one of the worst.
Agreed.
Except The Weeknd was spectacular. What a performer.
And Daniel Craig was great.
I totally disagree. I thought it was terrible.
I loved him. In the sketch about the James Bond scene where they're all gambling, that was funny. That was you.
By the way, that was funny for sure, but that was a pre-recorded segment, which is supposed to be his live monologue.
Yeah.
It's Saturday Night Live, not Saturday Night pre-recorded.
I guess I'm one of those women who likes Daniel Craig, so 100% of women.
I like him too. I just thought it wasn't good. I didn't think he did a good job. And it didn't make sense that he was hosting. They've pushed the...
I know, but what are they going to do? He was the host.
I know. It was just... I really thought it was such a bad episode. The writing was bad and Daniel Craig was bad.
It was a really, really bad episode.
And I only stayed up until the first performance.
Same. Zach and
then it turned 3 a.m.
Fell asleep, and then we finished it in the morning, and I was like, this is not how I want to start my day.
No, but watching SNL and turning around seeing it's 3 a.m. was a shook-worthy moment.
It's a shook to the system, which could give you a heart attack.
I think that's actually the definition of a heart attack, is a shake to your system.
Yeah. So I just want to say I'm anti-daylight savings. The fact that it's technically 9:34 means that it is nut time. It is nut time for the Fast
I
Five
should not
stories.
be here right now.
No.
Neither should you.
And I woke up this morning and I overslept, obviously.
Me too.
Obviously, because my internal body clock was
Jackie,
no.
Me too.
I mean, can you blame yourself?
No, I didn't realize. I never oversleep. I didn't realize. That's why I look like shit. But I didn't realize that the cause of my oversleeping was probably daylight savings. Good call.
Yeah, that's exactly why. And imagine how Theo feels with no one to explain to him what's going on.
Yeah, and he's like, Mom, why is it dark out? And I don't even have the heart to explain to him that the world is against him.
Yeah, Theo missed his alarm. It was so sad. He had to get ready in a huff. Look at him, tears in his eyes. Ugh. Oh my God, he's too cute. We're having an NDO today, and it couldn't be a more beautiful day for an NDO.
Yeah, I'm letting Jackie take care of Theo because I have a photo shoot. No idea.
How long have you been excited to say that?
I mean, I don't want to freak anyone out, but I have 2 photo shoots this month.
That's so exciting. Soon you're going to get to the point where you're calling them shoots.
You know, I'm so not even there yet, but I'm getting close. I feel like I have a lot of secret projects, some of them not so secret anymore, and a lot of them involve photo shoots. So just get ready to like see me on the cover of magazines.
I'm so ready.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I was born ready.
Are you ready to like go get a manicure and just see your sister like sitting on the waiting table?
Oh, for sure. And I'll get a manicure on an NDO and I can be like to Theo, oh my God, that's mommy.
That's why you're here with me. She's too busy making millions
to feed you.
It is, 1 million degrees in New York today, and I'm really not about that life. I love the winter, and I know that spring is coming, and that means like shorts are, like I just got out of my shorts, and I have to put them back on.
Yeah, I've been struggling to get dressed all winter, and I feel like this happens every winter where I don't buy like clothes for the season early enough, and then it's like February, March, I'm like, I'll just wait for spring. So I have all these spring clothes, all these like dumb crop tops that I hate, and no winter clothes, but I'm gonna spring into spring. I'm gonna do it.
Speaking of spring clothes, we have a spring merch shop coming up in the next couple weeks, and it's some really good shit. So get yourselves ready.
Sickening stuff. And you know what? Maybe we're running out of things to wear because we haven't done a merch shop in a while.
I mean, I literally came to work today in this ugly ass sweater, and I changed into a piece of merch because like merch is what it is.
I almost wore merch today as well, but then I was going to wear thigh-high boots, and then I was like, but it's NDO. What if we're walking? I need to wear flats.
This is a black Old English. I don't know if it's still available, but head over to shopmorningtoast.com to check it out.
It's also available in white, so between black or white.
One of them will
be available. Okay, well, even though it's daylight savings time and it's definitely not time, I'm just going to go ahead with this farce that the farmers have put on and let you know that it is time for the Fast 5 stories that you need to know before you wake up and take a bite out of your morning toast.
And that's true. I don't want to, step on anyone's toes, be like, oh my God, it's time. But then it's like not time because then it's like so disrespectful and kind of hypocritical of me. But I know you'll be really excited because today's episode is brought to you by Function of Beauty, Jackie's literal favorite brand.
It's my literal favorite brand because I just got a new fresh shipment and I switched up my order because I just was in the mood to shake things up Chicago.
With the new time, you have to shake things up Chicago.
Right. So I just want to let you know what I did for my Function of Beauty because I think it's brilliant and I'm really excited about it.
It actually is really smart.
So you let them know what you want out of your shampoo and conditioner. So I let them know I want shiny hair, my hair is broken. I want healthy hair. I also weirdly have dry scalp.
You take a 4-question quiz when you go to the website about what type of shampoo you like to use, what your hairstyle is.
Yes, so I told them all the things that I wanted, and you can also pick a scent in your shampoo. And I know sometimes people like to go fragrance-free because added fragrances, it's just perfumes and it can't be great for you. But I love a fragranced shampoo. So I got both my shampoo and conditioner to be eucalyptus scented. I swear, I felt like it was in the spa. It's the small things that can just make you feel so luxurious.
And you color-coded them.
And so not only did I do all of that, but you can color your shampoo and conditioner, and you would think, okay, I'll get them both to be pink. But then I was like, no, my bathroom is teal, so I got one blue, one green shampoo. They both match, one green conditioner. They both match my bathroom, and that way I can know which one's shampoo and which one's conditioner without having to read the bottle, which has been my cross to bear my whole life.
We all know the frustration, bottles and bottles of half-used shampoo and conditioners, each one promising to be everything your hair ever needed, but they lied to you. You deserve better. Try Function of Beauty if you're ready to live your best hair life in 2020. It's Internet's top-rated customized hair care brand with over 30,000 5-star customer reviews and counting. To begin the 4-question quiz and save 20% off on your purchase, go to functionofbeauty.com/toast. Tell them about your hair, customize your formula with fragrance and color. You can go dye-free and fragrance-free. The products are so personalized, your name is even printed on the bottle, and all the products are vegan and cruelty-free. They never use sulfates, parabens, phthalates, mineral oils, or any other harmful ingredients. To get started now, go to functionofbeauty.com/toast to take your 4-part hair profile quiz and save 20% off your first order. Don't spend another minute in hair misery. Go to functionofbeauty.com/toast to let them know that we sent you. That's functionofbeauty.com/toast.
Sign on. Get shampoo that's very much your aesthetic. I used it last night, so if you think my hair is looking good today, that's that Function of Beauty swagger. Okay, first up, a fart chemin like no other that is just taking the world by storm. Give me a minute because I can't breathe, let alone speak. Okay. First up, Amanda Bynes and her fiance Paul Michael break up just weeks after their engagement.
Devastating.
It's over for Amanda Bynes and her fiance Paul Michael. Just 3 weeks after announcing their engagement, the couple is broken up, E! News reported. They reportedly met last year.
This is not the kind of instability Amanda Bynes needs. She needs a man. You know what she needs? A businessman, Bo.
Does she need a man, or is she's the man?
Ooh, interesting question you pose.
Yes.
I think that she might be the man.
I don't know. I feel like she actually doesn't need a man when I think about her. I think she needs a friend.
No, I think she needs like a really good support system and foundation for her life.
Maybe a set of friends that are sisters so they know how to like give her that sisterly love.
We can never be friends with Amanda Bynes after what we did to her.
Yeah, that's true. No, but like
I have a lot of like shame and guilt about that night.
Yeah. We
didn't know.
We were just being like annoying fans.
Yeah, like we saw her at a club and it happened to be like in the middle of a spiral for her. We didn't know. We just thought she was at a club. And it was actually an event. It was a nylon magazine party. So there was like photographers everywhere. But one photographer like got in who wasn't a real photographer. It was a paparazzi and was taking pictures of Amanda like in a club booth. And she was not happy about it. And she chased the photographer out of the club. And security got this poor photographer to like hand over her SD card. It was like so sad. And Jackie and I literally followed around the security guard, Amanda Bynes, and the paparazzi like the whole time, just like seeing what was going on.
You know, but I do think like we were actually trying to help. Like we wanted to be part of it, but we were also trying to help get that camera.
Yeah, I don't remember that
like
part.
The ends justify the means.
I just remember like wanting to be involved in the drams.
The ends have really been justifying the means on this show, don't you think?
I think these days it's so important that your ends do justify your means, because if they're not justifying, what are you doing?
Oh, for sure. Then you're just out of control. But do you think in general the ends do justify the means?
It depends who you are. For me, maybe not all the time. Like I think I do things like so recklessly and don't realize after like till that they were fucked up, and like I wish that I hadn't like, you know, thrown the Lady Gang book, like sometimes like that. But I would do honestly, that's a goal of mine, is to be one of those people whose ends always justify their means.
Got it. You know, that's really like the moral of the story of the show, The Politician, or the question that it poses.
Yeah.
Like, do his ends justify his means? Because in the end, he wants to do good for everyone, but he does bad things in order to be able to do good for people.
Yeah, but like, remember that scene in the bathroom where they're like, his campaign manager is like making fun of that kid who happens to be in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And he's like, and Ben Platt, he was like not an asshole. Even when no one was listening, he was like, every kid deserves to be heard.
Yeah, but then when it's like he knew about Zoe Deutsch like faking her illness.
By the way, that whole part of Politician really bothered me. Like, someone else's bullshit is not my fucking problem.
That's true.
I hate the like culture these days where you're responsible for like what people you know do and say.
Someone else's bullshit is just not my problem.
Not like, I didn't take this dump. I'm not flushing it. Okay.
Totally. Okay. Next story is something that I'm really excited to talk about.
Okay, Breezio.
Okay, because this is what I've been waiting to talk about.
Wait, can I say, our YouTube comments have been like off the charts this week. I think with all the guests, like we were bringing in non-toasters, and this was actually a comment from a toaster who was like, I read the first sentence. I was like, oh my God, what did we do? She was so disappointed in us for breezing through the stories.
Oh yeah, I saw that too.
It's like, relax.
She was like been watching since The Breath, and she was really disappointed in Friday's episode because we breezed through the stories, and it's like the episode was over an hour. So
I can't.
if we breezed through the stories, it was because like the situation and Mrs. Situation were waiting downstairs. Like, we've got to get on with the show.
Yeah, I just felt like last week, I think maybe part of what we were feeling on Friday, well, I was feeling on Friday like really down on myself, had to do a lot with the fact that we had so many extra viewers last week from the guests audience that like were saying mean things about me, like when you first get to know me. And maybe that's what it was.
Maybe.
We spoke about this a lot, actually. Jackie and I both recorded episodes of Mood with Lauren Elizabeth because Lauren was in town this weekend. So she recorded episodes with both Jackie and I separately. So they will be going up, I think, in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, they were actually really good because we talk about a lot of stuff that like we don't harp on here on this show, just like basically mood and wellness and like what we do to take care of ourselves and just like mental health. And I think it's actually really interesting. You did get a spray tan at my behest.
I did, and I went to the place that I always go to, and I got recognized in the reception for being on Say Yes to the Dress, which is like it is my claim to fame, and I'm so upset about it. Like, and she was like asking me so many questions, like about, she actually worked in TV, so she was like, I understand. I'm like, girlfriend, it was nothing of the sort. I actually don't think I mentioned on this show how we always talk about my nothing of the sort experience on Say Yes to the Dress. And recently I got an email from the producer who booked me on it, and she's a toaster, and she was like, I die every time you talk about it. Like, obviously I had nothing to do with the editing. Like, I just cast you on it because like I loved you. So Haley, like, no hard feelings, but it did get me a free spray tan, is what I was trying to say, at Bronze Boutique.
When we were at LA, we were at a fabulous party, and a woman came up to us, and she was like...
She was looking at me so weird, and she didn't look like a typical toaster.
She was looking at us with, like, toaster eyes, but not a toaster vibe. And so she was like, oh, my God, I loved you on Say Yes to the Dress, which you get a lot, because it was... I loved you. Even though it wasn't your favorite portrayal of yourself, like, you were still great, and it was a funny episode.
Yeah.
And she was just like, I loved your sisterly bond.
She was so nice.
I always remembered it. She remembered me, even though my hair is like
so
12 times the length. And she had only lovely things to say about the episode. So I hope that makes you feel differently, even though I know that it doesn't.
It didn't, but what did make me feel differently is it got me a free spray tan at Bronze Boutique.
Yeah.
So thanks.
I'm happy for you.
And the spray tan really did make a difference in my weekend, like how I felt about myself.
I'm so glad about that.
Thank you.
Okay, well, this story just like was everything of the sort this weekend. Inside the Kardashian-Jenner family's fun-filled trip to Palm Springs. Did you watch all the Instagram stories?
Of course.
Oh my God, what a time.
Fabulous. I mean, I've never really wanted to go to Palm Springs because I have a lot of post-traumatic stress disorder from like the weekends I spent there, like a Jew wandering the desert at Coachella. But I definitely could spend the weekend at Kris Jenner's house.
Totally. So the whole family, all the sisters and the kids, Kris and Corey, took to Palm Springs for the weekend, and they just had a day and a night, and it looked like everything of the sort.
Some would say it even looked fabulous.
It looked so fabulous. They were day drinking. They were night drinking. They went to Toucan's Tiki Lounge to watch a drag show.
Yes.
All the sisters were dancing and singing. And you know they're not much for dancing.
And they're not much for clubbing. Chloe used to,
And
but
Kylie does.
yeah, but they're not really like club rats. And they were like sitting at a table with like bottles. Like I was just dying from
They were
that.
just having so much fun. I absolutely loved watching the whole weekend.
By the way,
and they
Kim-
were filming the whole thing.
Kim had her Instagram like on fleek. She was not about to have another Zaza moment. Like after each queen performed, Kim was like tagging, this is Violet Chachki. Like she
Yeah.
was tagging everyone because she learned her Zaza lesson.
Yeah, no, it was great. And then Chloe got on the mic, thanked everyone for loving them. Kylie sang Rise and Shine.
Dead.
It was just, it looked like so fun. It made me want to take a trip, and it made me realize that we can't take a trip.
No, and I was actually thinking this morning about our trip to Vegas that we have planned in April. What are we going to do?
So I think what we're going to do is we're going to wait it out. If the concert gets canceled, which it might, then we'll cancel our trip. But by then, hopefully, all the airlines will have more lenient policies towards canceling your flight.
I got an email from Delta last night.
Yeah,
It
but
was
I didn't
so
read it yet.
long and it had absolutely nothing in it. It was just like, we're aware and thanks. Like, where's the flexibility, Delta?
I think we ride it out until they give us that flexibility, which they absolutely have to. Another fart chime-in has come my way.
Listen, Theo had a long morning, and you like embarrassing him on air. He actually spoke to me about it last night because I said,
What did he say?
Theo, you're going to your aunt's house tomorrow for a nice day. He said, oh, you mean the aunt who's always embarrassing me on my show? He called it his show, which was crazy.
That's sick.
And he said, like, can you
It
tell her
is
to
his
stop
show.
putting me on blast?
Okay, but so I'm just supposed to suffer through the fart chime-ins? Like, I can barely speak.
By the way,
because it's going in my mouth.
he was sitting with me, and you're the one who totally kidnapped him. So, like, that's the price you pay.
I did not. You guys saw it. We have footage. We have the tapes.
If you want a Theo, like, you have to live, that's life.
No, I know. Listen, I'm just saying, like, if I'm not speaking, it's just because I don't want to get a fart chime-in trapped in my throat.
Okay, I'm just telling you, like, when Theo gets home from your house today, like, I think he's going to cry because you embarrassed him again.
Stop.
It's really not nice.
Okay, well, also, Kylie and Travis are back together. Rumors
Yeah,
are
I know,
swirling.
but like I didn't really need this full confirmation. I just figured that they were, and I don't really feel like they ever really like broke up in an official capacity because they always were co-parenting Stormy so well that I felt like they never really like fully broke up. They were just like on and off. But I don't care. Like I know that they're happy, and I'm happy about it. I didn't need a TMZ, even though when something Kardashian related comes from TMZ, you know it's 100% true
Yeah.
because Kris Jenner is actually Harvey Harvey Levin.
Oh my God.
Imagine.
Kylie is just having the time of her life right now.
Looking so sickening in everything that she does.
And just like drinking, having a blast. I love the relationship between the girls and Corey. Like he really is the MVP.
He is, and you know, he had to deal with a good amount. Like on the show, they made him out in the beginning because they weren't sure what he was like all about. They made him out to be a little creepy.
Yeah, and also it's not like they just accepted him, you know, open arms. Like they definitely
Doubted him.
and, you know, put him through the ringer. But now they obviously love him, and I love that for them.
Yeah, I really like him. I always liked him.
I love it for Kris, like because she deserves so much happiness.
She deserves happiness. She's been through a lot. I think he plays a lot of roles. He wears a lot of hats. He's like cool Corey Gamble, like getting invited to Justin Bieber, like he's a bro wedding. But he's also like a grandfather now. He's Lovey. He's Mr. Lovey. And
He's Mr. Lovey.
he wears it quite well.
He does. He really does.
And I think he's loving life. It's just so weird when Kris started dating someone for the first time after Bruce. Like you just thought it was probably going to be a fling. But it's like it ended up being like the greatest love story of our generation, some might say.
I think I would feel comfortable saying that.
I think I would say that too.
Okay. Are you ready for our next story?
I don't know. Speaking of Corey Gamble, it's gotten me like, all thirsty.
Do you have something that you want to share about your thirst?
I'm just feeling a little dehydrated, which isn't new for me since I have such a hard time drinking water, which is why Liquid IV has been the perfect sponsor for the show. And everyone's talking about their hydration multiplier. You've heard how much we love it, but have you heard about their latest product, the Energy Multiplier? Liquid IV's Energy Multiplier tastes amazing, just like their lemon lime flavor. Mix it with water and drink. Their energy multiplier gives you sustained energy boost with no crash. And with daylight savings just coming and taking hours out of your life, you never know when you're going to need to be on. And the energy multiplier is everything you need. One of the things we love so much is that they're on a mission to change the world. They've donated 2 million servings to date to places like Haiti, Uganda, Puerto Rico, and Nepal. With each purchase you make, Liquid IV donates a serving to someone in need around the world. You can do good and feel good. What's not to love? Half of Americans report that they fight with daily fatigue. So true. The word fatigue is just like my life. Maybe you recognize some of the signs of low energy: decreased focus, lack of motivation, poor mood, so many. Unhappiness. Who wants that? Their energy multiplier gives you sustained energy throughout the day. Fight the fatigue without the crash. It's the perfect replacement for morning coffee. I don't drink coffee. It's an all-natural alternative to processed drinks. They have premium matcha and green energy blend. They taste delicious and provide a lasting energy boost throughout the day. Get 25% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use the code TOAST at checkout. That's 25% off anything you order on Liquid IV's website, but that's only if you use the code TOAST. Just go to liquidiv.com, enter the promo code TOAST to save 25% and get better hydration and energy. Don't wait. Start fueling your adventures today.
Hydration is everything. Liquid IV just makes it quicker, easier, and tastier.
Hydration is everything. You said it, sis.
Okay, this next story I absolutely am so obsessed with. This is the first time I'm hearing it. It's just like another couple that I can add to the list of like Ariana and Jim Carrey, even though that's speculation, Georgina and Adrian Brody.
Okay.
And now Ben Affleck and Ana de Armas. And if you're not familiar with who she is,
of course I am.
She's from Knives Out, and she's also going to be in the new James Bond movie whenever it comes out.
If you're not familiar with her, she wore that sequin navy strapless dress.
Ralph and Russo.
To the Oscars, and it was absolutely sickening, and she stole the show.
She stole the show. She's in Knives Out. She steals that show,
There's
too.
There's actually a warrant out for her arrest for stealing the show.
She's so stunning.
Sickening.
And I'm so obsessed with this couple.
I just don't know if Ben Affleck's like in a place yet where he can like be in a good, stable relationship. I hope that he is.
I feel as though he is. Ben Affleck and Knives Out actress Ana de Armas are continuing their romantic getaway together. A source tells People that the pair left Havana on Saturday night and were seen making out in the airport before they boarded their private jet. Quote, they are definitely dating, the source says. On Thursday, Affleck, 47, and de Armas, 31, which is, I was curious about their ages, I'm not going to lie.
Wow, she looks so much younger. Good for her.
Were spotted while out to eat and walking around Havana, where de Armas is from. They were pictured smiling and laughing on a walk around the Cuban capital by photographers and fans who asked to take photos with the stars.
Shook.
In one group picture, de Armas stood in front of Affleck as they smiled while surrounded by fans. Another photo from a different outing, this time at a restaurant, seemed to show the two with the chef of the restaurant.
Okay, so they totally spent the weekend together in her hometown. That is so adorable.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I know we live in a free country, but I think we have absolutely no choice here but to stan.
Yeah, no, we have no choice. And why would you even want a choice? I absolutely ship. And even though like I can't get on the ship because of coronavirus and it would just like get stuck there for 2 weeks.
Devastating.
I'm so excited about this new couple. I'm so excited for him, like, because I think he has really done a lot of work on himself and is ready for a relationship.
Yeah.
And she's a precious gem of a woman.
Yeah, I find this to be like an interesting choice for her because she's really like having her moment. Like this is every like award season, there's like a star that comes out of it. A few years ago it was Alicia Vikander. Remember? She chose Michael Fassbender. Like they always choose one. I think Ben Affleck is an interesting choice. He's not an obvious choice because he's been through a good amount. You never want to make an enemy of Jennifer Garner, but here she is.
Yeah, I think I love this. And Jennifer Garner's in a relationship and she's happy, so I'm not going to like, I'm not going to think about her in this instance.
No, but part of me does still hold out like a small amount of hope for that family to get back together. Only because their daughter is named after the most wonderful restaurant, Serafina.
I agreed with that until I saw this story today. And for me, this is it. And I have absolutely no choice but to ship.
I'm really happy like for him. I think that this is the best girl he could have gotten. I do think she could have done a little better.
Okay, but like when you say that and you think that, then it's like, oh wow, she could have done better, yet she's with him. It must be true love.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
It must be true love.
It must be.
Like
that's the thing. It has to, like
when something doesn't make sense, there's no reason to explain it other than true love.
Jordan Woods, Tristan Thompson, but we know that it wasn't true love. But if it was true love, the whole thing would have made sense.
Yes. Oh, also, this isn't a story, but I do want to talk about the fact that a Gaston origin film has just been announced.
A prequel
with
Josh Gad
and Luke Evans. And I'm so excited. We also predicted it here at the show, but it's just an amazing idea, and I'm so happy that it's happening.
Yeah, because Gaston is a complex fellow.
He is.
He's not likely to take a wife. Oh my God, I wish you watched Friends. That was such a good reference. Chandler is a complex fellow who's not likely to take a wife. Well, Gaston was a complex fellow who's not likely to take a wife, and I'm curious to see how he became so complex.
Yeah, I am too. Okay.
I wonder what the name's going to be.
Maybe Gaston.
Wait, that was so good.
Yeah.
That might have been like our best. That was the best it ever went.
It's always the best it ever went. Next story is kind of crazy. There's a lot of just like shade being thrown. Justin Bieber's Changes tour downgrades to smaller venues amid slow sales.
This is so interesting.
Justin Bieber is squeezing some of the concerts on his news tour into smaller venues because of slower than expected ticket sales. Some of the larger shows planned on the Yummy Singer's upcoming Changes tour have not been selling well, and sources say he and management made the strategic decision to downsize some concerts in smaller markets to avoid heavy losses on the 45-date tour. 8 stadium shows were moved to smaller arenas for his first outing since the 2017 Purpose Tour. The announced shift came the same day that Austin Mayor Steve Adler announced he was canceling South by Southwest amid concerns over the spread of coronavirus. Fear of the illness have caused serious nervousness in the live music world, although Live Nation CEO Michael Rapino noted on the company's fourth quarter earnings call on February 27th that sales were up 10% for the first 2 months of 2020.
Can I just say, like, not to make everything about me, how wonderful was the timing of my tour?
Yes.
Like, not that I just wouldn't want to be dealing with this, because I'm sure that ticket sales weren't great for a myriad of reasons. Maybe one of them being Justin Bieber hasn't been seen for the last 4 years. But coronavirus is definitely a factor.
Yeah.
It's not the only factor.
No, but it's like if there was a concert that I wanted to go to now and
we did, Celine Dion.
No. I mean, say tickets were coming out for a summer concert that I want to go to. Tickets come out tomorrow. I don't know that I would buy a ticket right now. I might wait till closer to see what happens because it might just get canceled.
Oh, that's true, but I wouldn't not buy it for fear of getting canceled, because if you're buying it, it's going to get refunded. Like, that's not my concern. My concern would be like buying it and then not wanting to go.
Right, that too. But Billboard notes that virus fears don't appear to have hurt other big pop tours. BTS similar size Map of the Soul Stadium tour is nearly sold out.
I mean, we just went to Celine Dion, and I get that her tour was announced over a year ago and the tickets sold over a year ago, but you would think maybe it would have impacted attendance, but it was completely packed.
Yeah, no, but it hasn't hit yet. And I think that this is different. Like, the way we behave like this week, next week is going to be very different from where we're at this summer. It could be that this summer, you know, the concern is gone, but I think people are now planning going forward. Like, if you had a trip planned for this weekend, you might still take it, but I wouldn't book a trip in 2 months from now.
Yeah, no. If I had a trip planned this weekend, I probably would still go. I would love to be going somewhere this weekend. But just taking precautions. I think I watched this segment that went viral of Dr. Drew, a real Dr. Drew, talking about how the media is to blame, like, for this panic, and that it's really not as bad as people are making it seem, and he blames the media. And I believe Dr. Drew. He was very compelling, and he's like, the CDC is telling you you can still travel. And TPG was on CBS this morning, and he was like, you can still travel. Like, so I feel like the panic is a little panicky, which is good, but I think like people are taking steps to be overly cautious, and at the end of the day, the hysteria might be just that.
Maybe, but then I see things where it's like, I saw a Twitter thread that this woman who's like a scientist explaining what will happen when when the virus grows exponentially as it has been, and like that we don't have enough beds and enough masks in this country.
Oh my God. See, like, I don't know.
But she was using like facts. I don't know.
No, I know. I keep hearing like really compelling arguments from both sides.
I still want to travel. I want to like, support the tourist economies.
Live your life.
Then someone said to me, what if you leave the country and then the country goes under quarantine and you can't get back in and you can't get home? Yep. Even leaving like the city. What if I go somewhere for the weekend? And how does it work with the quarantine? Do they tell you when the quarantine's going to start? Like, could I have time to come back home?
How do you walk your dog if you have a quarantine?
I don't know.
Wee-wee pads?
Maybe.
Something to think about.
Yeah. So I wonder how the logistics work. Like, if there's going to be a quarantine, does it just happen in one instance, or you're like, tomorrow quarantine, so you have time to get home?
And like pack your things. I'm just so, I'm torn, as always, like right in the middle of being like, should I be panicked or are people being crazy? And I keep seeing things that's swaying me both ways. And I just joined the Toasters group, the Corona Vita Toast. And that's just making me like even more.
That's why I saw that Twitter thread.
That's making me more and more freaked out. And I just don't know if we're being insane or like we're not being insane enough.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'm going back and forth, but I do think like the moral of the story here, being wash your hands more and more, is a great one.
Yeah, no, I have now, every time I come home from the outside, even if it's just walking Theo, I always wash my hands, which I never really did before, which I don't know if that's gross, but I didn't.
Yeah, no, now every time, like, I always washed my hands when I got home, but now it's the first thing I do when I get home. Even if I just go take out my trash, wash my hands. Like, my hands are so chafed, but hopefully that's really all it takes.
It's a small price to pay.
You know what else I realized? Yesterday I went to brunch and I didn't wear makeup because I was giving my skin a break. And when I don't wear makeup, I touch my face so much.
Really?
Wearing makeup might be the thing that saves me, because when I have makeup on, I don't touch my face.
Oh, I feel like I touch my face more because I'm always having like bristles like stuck in my nose and lipstick moving around.
I was sitting at the table with my face on my hands.
Oh,
which I would never do if I was wearing makeup. I was rubbing my eyes.
Oh, God.
I was being so crazy because I wasn't wearing makeup. And now it's like we have no choice but to wear makeup.
Yeah. I guess the makeup industry is the only one benefiting from this, and the hand sanitizer industry.
Yes. Fifth and final story. Madison Beer urges people to stop shaming women after detailing her own experience. So Madison Beer took to Twitter yesterday to share a statement that was actually like just really sad but inspiring, because when she was 14, there was a video that went sort of viral of her like nude, a Snapchat video that she had sent to her boyfriend. And now the video, and like for the past 7 years, it's just caused her a lot of anxiety, like when it's going to come up again.
Sure.
And it's been like going around again. So she discussed like the trauma that she had experienced because of the video and saying that it was not okay. And today on International Women's Day, she's freeing herself of the shame of this video because
that's so sad. I didn't know that it still followed her around. I remember when I was like a really big fan of hers, like when we were much younger, and it happened. It was like such a big scandal, and people wasn't sure if it was her, and they were like matching the nail color to a nail color she was once seen wearing. That's so sad.
Yeah, she said, today on International Women's Day, I'm going to free myself of this weight that I carry. I'm going to tell my 14-year-old self the following, which I hope may help some of you be kinder to yourselves as young women. You should not feel shame. You were exploring your sexuality. You were learning. You should not feel like you did something wrong. Shame on those who betrayed your trust, and shame on those who shamed you.
Shame on those who betrayed your trust.
Also, at 14, like, this is child pornography, and anybody who is sharing that video, like, should be
arrested. That's so true. I never even think about that element when it comes to like people's. That's a thing with all the TikTokers now. Like, if you are famous on TikTok, someone's like finding your dick pic, and the kids are so young that it really is considered child pornography.
That's so fucked up.
It's so disgusting. I love Madison Beer. Did you see her at her birthday party this weekend? It was star-studded. Like, part of me thinks that she's dating David Dobrik, and part of me like wants to cry about it, but is like also really happy for them.
Well, did you see that video that he posted where he like shows that the rumor that he's dating Madison Beer, and he was so excited about it?
Yeah, and I don't like. It's really hard for me like to be such a big David Dobrik fan, because like now all he does is like hang out with models, and Madison Beer is so snatch. At her birthday party, you have to see this picture. She looks like a Victoria's Secret angel. It's just hard for me, like, because then it just makes him feel like less like my friend and more like, you know, someone I'm never going to be friends with.
But you're a model.
That's true. I do have a shoot today.
Yeah, and like I think it was what news article called you a model?
Oh,
Myrtle.
Yeah. You're right. It was a very small British newspaper that referred to me as a model once, and I will never forget it. I should actually have that like printed. I should get a copy of that original newspaper and frame it.
I think that you should as well.
I forget what the story was on, but oh my God, I have been getting tagged. I have a Google alert on myself, obviously, and I have been getting notified about this lawsuit against Jewel that my name is in.
Excuse me?
There is this lawsuit. I don't know who's suing who, but Jewel is being sued for illegally marketing against teenagers and intentionally trying to like make them into customers. And they're saying that they contacted celebrities like Cara Delevingne and influencers like Claudia Oshry, which, by the way, I've literally never been contacted by Jewel or worked with them in any formal capacity. But I'm in this deposition. It's so weird.
Jewel schmoozed with teen-friendly celebs and influencers ranging from Miley Cyrus, Robert Pattinson, and Kristen Stewart to Claudia Oshry.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm living for just like the sentence that I'm a part of.
100%.
But I'm here to clear my name, okay? Not that I'm like not living for this press. Like when you've had bad press, like you will take what you can get. So like this is nothing. I'm here. This is my official statement.
Wow, you're really a part of this. This is in like...
it's in court docs.
Wow.
I know.
Oh my God, good for you.
Thank you.
Like obviously that's...
But I'm here to say it's not true. I hope they subpoena me or something. Then it could be like paparazzi.
And you'll be like sitting next to Miley being like, this is crazy, right?
Miley, can you believe we're here again?
You guys will be like, this is crazy, right?
Yeah. Oh my God. That'd be so iconic, like me dueling in the courtroom. Love that.
Love that. Well, those were the Fast 5 stories that you needed to know, and I do feel as though you did need to know those stories.
You definitely did. You also need to know our thoughts on Shahs of Sunset because they moved to Fridays. What do you think that means?
I think it's just like Shark Tank, just like Damon said. You know, the fans spoke.
Yeah, but I don't think Shahs has ever been on Friday. And to me, a Friday night slot on Bravo is not good.
I love a Friday night show like Dynasty's on Fridays, and then I have all weekend to watch it. Even though this weekend I happen not to watch it.
I watch Shahs of Sunset.
I also want to recap this season of Curb so far because we were talking about it at dinner, and I'd rather die in the sea of Cortez than have you know what I weigh.
Okay, so let's do our TV recap brought to you by Thrive Market, which is a great membership that everyone should be a part of. Thrive Market is an online membership-based market on a mission to make healthy living easy and affordable for everyone. You can enjoy members-only saving prices up to 25% off traditional retail prices. You can get free gifts, samples, and deals every day with the highest quality, healthy, and sustainable products. You can buy wholesome food, home, and beauty products curated just for their members. Find everything you need from organic and non-GMO food, clean beauty, safe supplements, and non-toxic home products, plus ethical meat, sustainable seafood, clean wine, and more. It's healthy shopping without the hassle. You can shop by more than 70 diets and values like keto, paleo, gluten-free, vegan, non-GMO, fair trade certified, BPA-free, and more. You can shop in the app where you skip the store and the lines. It's good for you and the planet. You can get free shipping on orders of more than $49, and they are delivered with fast, carbon-neutral shipping from their zero-waste warehouse. The best part of being a member of Thrive Market is that once you join, they'll give. Through Thrive Gives, their one-for-one membership matching program, every paid membership sponsors a free one for a low-income family. So if you want to eat good, feel good, do good, and be good, go to thrivemarket.com/toast to give Thrive Market a try. You can choose the membership model that best fits your lifestyle. They have 1 month, 3 month, and 12-month options. To check it out, go to thrivemarket.com/toast to get up to $20 off today. We love that you can choose your membership term. For us, we went with the 12-month membership because it comes down to just $5 a month. But if you're not sure if Thrive Market is the right fit for you, you can easily give it a try for a shorter period of time. Just remember, Thrive Market membership is risk-free. You can take the first 30 days to determine if Thrive Market is right for you. If it's not, just cancel within 30 days and get a full refund.
Love Thrive Market, you guys.
Okay.
Such great healthy snacks.
Yeah, they have Smart Sweets on there, which is like my favorite snack.
Okay, let's talk Shahs.
It was a really frustrating episode for me because I'm at the point in the season where I'm like disliking everyone, which I hate. And MJ has not been on. I know she's busy, but like to me, she's the heart and soul of the show. And I need her. And I love Tommy. And I love Vita. Like I love their whole thing. And they're never on.
Yeah, her absence is keenly felt.
And we're just relying on this dumb drama between like Nima and Mike, who honestly I can't pick a side because honestly, towards the end of the fight, like Mike was wrong. But I hate Nima. So I think Nima's so thirsty. I haven't liked him from the second he got on the show. He was so visibly thirsty for his first season. And now he's just like in his new apartment with his veneers. And he's just so like Persian reality star. And he's like loving it. And he's bothering me so much.
I totally agree.
What he said about Paulina and her kids was so fucked up. And I don't think what Mike said about whatever her name is, his ex-girlfriend, was even bad at all, but it was also his ex-girlfriend. Like to compare what Mike just saying that he was leading, that Nima was leading his ex-girlfriend on, to questioning why Paulina would be with Mike and let Paulina's kids, like what Nima said was so fucked up. But Mike then getting mad at Nima for sitting down with Paulina is so stupid. Like, it's Mike's responsibility to know that his girlfriend reached out to Nima. And he wasn't even mad at his girlfriend. He was just mad at Nima. Nima assumed that Mike knew about the meeting, which I totally agree. I thought Mike knew about the meeting too. So I couldn't take either one of their sides because Mike was wrong, but I just don't like Nima.
Yeah, I don't think they needed to meet. Like, and if they're going to meet, then Mike should be there. That's fucking weird to me.
Yeah, but I liked Paulina just being like, you're talking about my kids? Let's have lunch. Say it to my face. Like, yeah, I just liked her approach.
I also think that's like, she's ready to be on the show.
It was very ready to be on the show of her.
Yeah. But I mean, I love that. I don't want to see someone, like a significant other on a show who's not ready to be on the show.
And I have a huge pit about this construction project that he's working on with his brothers, like taking his brother's money, who like his brothers are both doctors, like they work really hard, taking their money, and he's being so hell-bent on being in charge of the project, using his contractor, using his electrician. Like, I have a huge pit about.
I have such a pit.
They should sell the property. They've had it for a few years. They'll make a huge return on it. They don't need to be the ones making it into a development. He's a reality star. He's busy enough.
He's in no way capable, not even because he's like, there's anything wrong with him. Like, most people wouldn't be able to take on a project of that scale as their first construction contracting project.
I totally agree. I have such a pit.
It's not, even if he tries and wakes up every day and gets there before everyone, like, it could still go wrong because like he can't even foresee the problem. Like,
by the way, even the most seasoned developer has problems.
No, but even the most seasoned developer, they got their start on something small. They make the mistakes. They learn the things they need to learn. You don't have your learning experience on something this big.
Jackie, I have such a pit every time those scenes come on.
Me too. And like for his family, like
for his brothers.
And I love Mike, but like that's delusional.
And Mike is not contributing financially, so he's saying like, I will contribute my time. And it's like, actually, can you not?
Yeah, please.
It's really frustrating to watch. The Destiny, Sarah, Saman stuff, by the way, I talk like I'm Persian now because like her name's Sarah, but they call her Sarah. It's really frustrating to me. I don't know why, like, this season everyone's turning on Destiny when like everyone loved her last season, and I love her. And she seems like she's like in this cool place in her life where she's being carefree. And Sarah's so judgmental and obviously didn't like the fact that Destiny hooked up with her brother, but like who cares? They're all adults. And Destiny doesn't owe anything to Sarah. Sarah was mean to her the first time they met. They're not friends. And Gigi's all being like, did you talk to Sarah about the fact that you hooked up with her brother? Why? They're not friends.
That's gross. Why would she talk to her about it?
No, and to be honest, like she's better friends with the brother than she is Sarah. Sarah was mean to her the first time they met, and Sarah openly was like, I don't like Destiny.
Yeah.
Great.
And if they're not going to like date hereafter, they don't need to talk about the fact that they hooked up. Let's just let sleeping dogs lie.
Yeah, he lives in Vegas. Like maybe she'll see him when she comes to town to visit her mom. But like, I just don't understand the whole thing. Like everyone coming for Destiny. And it gets worse next episode because that's where MJ finally returns to the group and they have a party at Sarah's house and all the problems, everyone's problems just come to the table. And I think this is where the MJ and Reza friendship officially ends. And then everything that happens, like with Tommy ruining his yard, I think all that happens because of what happens at this party.
Yeah, because right now, like Reza and MJ, like they're not seeing eye to eye, but it hasn't blown up yet.
Yeah, and they're like, it's just so painful for me because I have been like a Reza stan through the whole show. And even when him and MJ have fought in the past, I've always been on Reza's side, but I'm not.
No.
Like at all.
Me neither.
It's really hard for me.
Yeah, it's hard. Okay, Curb. Did you watch the new episode?
Of course I did.
Oh my God, I spent last night catching up. I guess it was like the last 3 episodes. The John Hamm, so funny. It's just been so good. If you guys don't watch, like, I don't know when I started watching it.
My friends growing up always watched it, and I never did, and I never really got it. I thought it was like that Seinfeld humor, and I honestly don't love Seinfeld. But to me, Curb is so much better than Seinfeld. And I got into it when it was coming back. I was like, I should watch the seasons.
Yeah, me too.
And I watched them all on Prime, and it was so funny.
It's so funny.
It's a little bit of a frustrating show to watch because, like, Larry, like some of his things that make him so crazy like bother me so much, and sometimes the episodes get too in the weeds on like a specific joke, but for the most part it's so well done. And this most recent episode, when we went out to dinner on Saturday night, I couldn't stop talking about it. I've been talking about it with anyone because to me it was the best episode of TV I've ever seen. It's when they go to that guy Mickey's wedding in Mexico and they don't really want to go, but they say they'll charter a plane, so he has to get everyone's weights for the plane because when you fly private they have to like balance all the weight of the luggage and the weight of the people, and obviously nobody wants to give him his weight. And Susie, who's Jeff's wife, who is, by the way, the best character on the show.
It took me years to realize it. I didn't realize it until a few weeks ago. She's the one. And
I think they've realized it because they're giving her more lines and more. And she said to Larry, I was watching it when we were in the Delta Sky Lounge right before we saw Lancelot. Like if you saw me dying, I would rather die in the Sea of Cortez than have you know what I weigh. I was dying. It was literally such a funny episode. And this whole season has been really funny. Like the Latte Larry stuff is funny. But to me, like that was like just the culmination of just like comedy.
Yeah, 100%. The Latte Larry stuff is funny. It's like a little annoying. But I really liked this John Hamm episode.
Me too. And John Hamm is handsome.
And he's so funny. Like, you would think he's so serious because he's Don Draper, but he's just such a goofball. I love him. I want him to be on the show more. Also, it's crazy that Vince Vaughn is on the show now as Freddie Funkhauser, and they never addressed the fact that Marty Funkhauser died.
Oh.
The actor died.
Oh, the actor did? Oh.
Yeah, and so they just said that Marty's in China.
That's weird.
Yeah. Well, I guess what are they going to do?
It's
That's
a
so
funny
sad.
show. They don't want to.
Yeah, and Richard Lewis.
I
can't stand him.
Okay, me neither. And Richard Lewis is Ben's favorite character, and like I don't like him.
I don't like him either, but then sometimes he's just like a funny foil for Larry because he's just like the total opposite.
What, like with his rectal bleeding?
Yeah, no, but sometimes he just doesn't get why Larry's so crazy about stuff.
On the count of 3, let's say the worst character on the show.
Oh, wait.
Think back to old seasons too, okay?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Cheryl.
Okay.
Oh, I fucking hate her.
Yeah, no, she's so annoying. Like, who gives up Larry David?
And by the way, her hooking up with Ted Danson is the exact same thing as him hooking up with her sister.
Yeah, no, what he did was worse, but because he did it second, it's not as bad.
Yeah, and you know what? Like
she's moved on.
Yeah, and they don't have kids.
Fuck
so like,
Ted Danson.
Fuck Ted Danson. And fuck Ted Danson. And that episode where like they all are going to like a museum and it's donated by Anonymous and then donated by Larry David and Anonymous ends up being Ted Danson.
Yeah.
Just such a fun, like, it's just funny how like these little nuances become like full-blown comedy sketches. Like you never really think about how when people say, I would really appreciate it. Like it really makes a world of a difference.
Yeah.
You know? It's just a really well done show. I'm sure like everyone knows that because it's been the biggest show on television, right, but we're just now learning.
If you happen to like not watch it or are not caught up, like this season is so fucking good.
It's so good.
And the ugly section was such a good episode.
Oh my God,
the bathroom
hysterical.
attendant, you guys. This is a necessary conversation we need to be having.
The bathroom attendant has been like a topic on many a comedy like platform. I remember the first special I saw of Amy Schumer. She did a whole thing about a bathroom attendant, like with her hands walking around the bathroom. It's really funny. I think bathroom attendant. I like a bathroom attendant.
I think when it's in like a a club situation where there's always like rotating people, then it's fine. But if it is like a lunchtime place and it's a bathroom where you would be alone and like you are going number two, like no, there's no need.
Let's take a break for these sirens. Can we just mute? Sorry about that. There was a major siren. Hope everyone's okay.
And you know what? It got so crazy loud. I'm really glad that we paused.
But all in all, what we're trying to say was Shahs of Sunset was not good this week. Curb Your Enthusiasm is the best show on television, and we know that everyone already knew that, but we're just learning. So thanks for staying with us.
No, I'm just having like a Curb appreciation moment, you know?
We also don't have guests this week, which is crazy coming off of last week.
But I'm not upset about it.
No, I find guest episodes to obviously be great, like for our brand and for growth, and I love meeting new people. But I get nervous, like I just want to like run through this show, which I hate rushing through the show. And then I want like the guests to be happy. It's like a lot of pits, and then like the guest is never talking into their mic, which I can't.
Yeah, we'll have guests the following week, but I think this week is just a toast appreciation week, which is great. Also, with coronavirus going around, like it's probably better that we don't have guests.
Agreed.
You know, because that way, hopefully, we don't have to shut down this office. That would be crazy.
That'd be devastating.
If we got
still
quarantined,
podcast.
what would we do if we got quarantined? We would do it like over the phone somehow.
I mean, like
maybe we'd use our integrated interface.
Yeah, we haven't used that integrated interface in a mad long time.
Yeah, but I guess that means like even if you had to stay at your house and I had to stay at mine, like we could still do the toast. The toast will go on.
Yeah, of course. So in TNN news, we have a new episode today coming out of Date Night with Raven and Adam. We have new episodes this whole week of all of our shows. Snatcher is going to be recapping the Bachelor finale tonight. We have Date Night with Raven and Adam, Mood with Lauren Elizabeth. Margaret Josephs has a new episode Wednesday. I believe she has a guest coming on. And we are launching a new show
this week.
So we'll be announcing it today. And the new episode, I think we decided to drop on Thursdays. So it's very exciting. Some of you have guessed it. It's going to be a really good show. So make sure you're following Toast News Network on Instagram to keep up with all of our new shows. Thank you so much for listening to the Morning Toast, the Millennial Morning Show, where we go live Monday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time on YouTube. So if you're watching us on YouTube currently, please subscribe, give this video a thumbs up. We're also available as a podcast anywhere podcasts can be found. So that's Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Public Radio, iHeartRadio, CastBox, all the places. Wherever you choose to find podcasts, find us, The Morning Toast. Hi. Maybe you want to subscribe, leave a 5-star review about how beautiful, stunning, and smart we are.
We could go for a subscription and a 5-star review. And you know who else could go for a subscription and a 5-star review? The Redheads. There's a new episode. Drop it on Thursday. It's so good. Claudia actually had dinner with the Redheads, and aren't we just such an exciting bunch to be around?
Fabulous gang, you know? I didn't realize I had this lunch dinner reservation, and it was for like a bunch of people, and then all the people canceled. So I was like, who can I get to come? And I didn't realize like I was basically just like crashing like your guys' dinner party because like some of Ben's friends were supposed to come, and then it just ended up being like all of Jackie and her friends, and then like me and Ben. But I think it was fine, right?
Yeah, it was totally fun.
Yeah, and it was such a good meal.
Like TNN family, you know?
TNN fam. It was at catch steak, which is so good.
Oh my God, I ate so much. It was so delicious.
It was so delicious.
But anyways, check out The Redheads. Even if you didn't read the book, like I think you would still enjoy the episode. And if you are keeping up with the readings, make sure to finish up so you can listen to this month's episode. It's an hour and 20 minutes. Like if you need to kill that day, like you know where to go.
I'm in the Redheads Facebook group, and there was a post with a bunch of people commenting about how their phone screen time is down since they started reading so much. And I thought that was so nice.
That's the sort of shit that I love to see. And actually, when we were in LA, Claudia and I were comparing phone screen times.
It's terrible.
And Claudia had days, even the day where we both traveled, your number was...
Well, you didn't get Wi-Fi on the plane, and I did.
Well, because I just don't.
So
we were
crazy.
watching stuff on our iPads, and then on the way back, I read the whole time, and it's just like, it's everything of the sort. I actually read a new book this weekend called The Jet Setters, and while I thought it was going to be like a fabulous book about jet setters, it really wasn't, but it was quite interesting.
Did they have a jet?
No.
Oh, depressing.
But it was really good. I mean, it's Reese's book club of the month, so like obviously it's going to be good. I really liked it, and I would recommend. I would give it a 4 out of 5 though, because I'm not doling out those 5s anymore, like Snitch said.
Dead. Okay, you guys have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. I love ya. Tomorrow.
You're only a thief.